video for you today from How to Have Fun Outdoors. That's right, this is the second video out of the 4. As you know, we did the first video on getting to know Nick, the general manager of the Class B Campervans at Coachmen. And today we're going to launch this second video where Nick actually goes through all 3. That's right, the Nova, the Galleria, the Beyond, all 3 Class Bs from Coachmen with the RECCHIO, features, benefits, and the current status of each one of these vehicles in mid-2021. As you know, there's a big backlog and raw materials are tough to come by, but Nick is trying to put together a great plan for that. Don't forget, video number 3 will be all about the Coachmen 53rd Rally. Don't worry if you missed it. We're going to share with you all the highlights. We go on both excursions, and you get to meet some Coachmen employees and some of the other fun campers that were there during the rally. And boy, was that a great time. Everyone there had a lot of fun, and no question about it, Goshen, Indiana, that area is just beautiful with the Amish, and you're going to get to see a little bit of that. And don't forget, our final video, part 4, is going to be interviewing Dean, who heads up the Facebook group for Class Bs, but also get to meet some of the other Class B campervans, and maybe we'll even get a peek inside of some of these little extras that have been added to these Class Bs by all the different Class B members. So here you go, subscribe, hit the like button, and here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and let's dive into this for everyone back at home. So now you know Nick and his background. A lot of times people, you know, they do these interviews and look at the product, but they don't know the people behind it. And I think what's great about Nick is he's a real person, down to earth, talks to all his customers, works with his customers. And that, honestly, when we were looking at videos for the Class Bs, that was one of the things we were impressed the most about. And we said, you know, customer service is key. So so let's go ahead and start with the Nova, though. So this is a great little product here. And
this is our last entry, or our most recent entry into a new product, a new chassis.
Yeah.
We started with the Galleria and the Mercedes chassis. We went to the Ford chassis. We did the CrossFit. We ran into some issues with the CrossFit name. We got the Beyond. And man, that Ford Transit chassis has just been a people pleaser.
Yeah.
It's really good for new buyers, new people coming in.
The all-wheel drive, the turbo,
it's crazy.
The winter camping we've done in it.
We loved it.
We love it.
Yep. So now we have the Nova.
Okay.
And we introduced Nova a year and a half ago in September. And one of the cool things that we're trying to accomplish here, and we didn't do it on purpose, is we wanted to maybe make things a little easier on us. So we started with the Galleria, went to the Beyond. If you look at all 3 under a microscope, we're about what you get in the Galleria. You're going to 80% of that is in the Nova. What you get in the Galleria, about 85% of that is in the Beyond. So if you look at other manufacturers, they do a lot of decontenting as you go up and down with the chassis.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Dodge is the most affordable of the chassis. Front wheel drive, the Ford rear wheel drive. You mentioned you can get the EcoBoost, the all-wheel drive. There's a couple more features on the Dodge chassis, but each chassis got their own individual benefits, and I think that's where you should start when you're looking, okay? Start with the chassis. Yeah. I like designing Galleria because I can make a 2-foot air.
Yeah.
It's 24 feet 2 inches. One problem with these, you can stretch a trailer. You just call up the trailer frame manufacturer and say, make me a frame 6 inches bigger because I made a mistake. I don't have that opportunity with Ford, Dodge, and Mercedes. So we can do a little bit more length, a little bit more items in the Galleria.
Yeah.
Beyond, our most nimble product, okay? Right now we've got about an 800 unit backlog of Beyonds.
800?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's great, but Ford's running into some problems. I understand. We're being patient. Everybody that watches this video, be patient. We got some transits in the other day. I usually receive 80 transits a month. We're getting 8 to 14. I just want to make sure we're communicating that a little bit in this video to everybody that'll be watching this.
Yeah, we'll do the title of this video is the 3 Class B options and a RV update. So Because raw materials right now are difficult. It doesn't matter what industry you are in. It's not just RVs. I mean, it's boats. It's, you know, you name it. It's furniture. It's everything is backed up because of the supply chain. So
one of the things that we hang our hat on, Matt Taylor, one of the first customers I ever met when I first started.
That's the name of my son, by the way.
Okay. Matt's a gentleman down in Tampa, owns a Galleria. I met him and I was just standing around with shorts and a t-shirt at the Tampa show. He goes, "Who are you?" I said, "Nobody." He goes, "No, we need to talk." Went back into the back of the display. He goes, "What are your plans to do with this division?" And one of the things that I was going to get rid of, because they're very expensive, because they're very amazing cabinets, it was get rid of this cabinet manufacturer supplier. And Matt subtly, you know, in a way that I could not say no, reinforced the fact that he thought that would be a terrible decision. And thank goodness we get some feedback to where customers are confident enough to talk to us about disagreements. And if you put it in the right way and validate things just like I do with you folks, and get that in reverse, you can learn a lot. So I'm so glad we didn't go away from these cabinets. It really... Cabinetry in a B van is the most important thing, because
I think
obviously quality. Okay?
I agree.
Look at all the cabinets in this Ram. It's pretty awesome.
And they never open. They are sturdy, and it doesn't matter if you are in a dirty road or just in a paved one. Everything works perfectly.
I could go and buy the same cabinets, maybe from a supplier that did 60% of the job that Heritage does. My guys in the plant are good enough that they can make that van sound good for a year. But what happens after the year when the cabinets start warping, screws come loose?
Right.
Quality in a B van not only is initial quality, what you're seeing, electrical, but the noise. A real high quality B van is a very quiet B van, because you're right next to everything. It's not like you're going to hear a rattle in the back of a 42-foot motorhome or a fifth wheel.
And the insulation is key. I think the insulation's a huge part of it.
And
with the winter, I mean, if you watch that the winter camping video we did, you know, we've been together almost 6 years, and that's the very first time we ever slept 12 hours. So we got in there and we were
so cold outside.
It was so cold.
Really good point.
And the furnace is just, it doesn't use a lot of propane. It keeps it efficient. Just perfect. Very efficient. That was our biggest surprise, to be honest, with how warm the van was even in the winter.
So touching on insulation. Realized I had the best cabinet manufacturer. Maybe it isn't European. Maybe isn't shiny and curved and has the inlays. It's functional. It works. It's the best darn drawer guide system I know of. It holds up. I'm 100% happy with it. The next thing we looked at, I got approached by a gentleman. He might have saw a video or did a plant tour. I don't know how we crossed paths. I met him at a show, and he comes in, he's really upset, and I go, "I don't know who you are. What's going on?" "Well, I own an Airstream, and my van's here, and I want you to come out and take a look at it." "Oh, what? I work for Coachmen." "No, I watched a video on insulation." He goes, "Show me where my Airstream's insulated." And I spent $180,000 on this van, man.
Wow.
I go, "Look, I got to work the show. I'll come, but when I show you, don't get mad at me." So one thing common with Airstream and all of our products is both of us have a trash can drawer that you can pop out and see behind and see the insulation.
Right.
So I popped it out, I stepped back, and there was an opening about yay big, guys, and there was a little strip of pink fiberglass insulation. And that look that he gave me, that's not my product.
Right.
That look that he gave me of disappointment, I go, okay, these guys aren't insulating these vans. I never thought they wouldn't put insulation behind them. Boom, fast forward into, I want the best insulated van, because you folks might not be able to have a bunch of time in the summer, spring, and fall.
Right.
What about those winter campers?
Yeah.
Why don't we make a van that can go out in the winter and customers watch themselves, but at least they'll be comfortable inside. And by doing that, you're not making a year's payment for something that you use 6 months or 7 months. You can use it 12 months out of the year. And that's added value. That's what Coachmen's known for, added value, high value products. And I think we're really hitting on some things. And again, customer driven. Model change, customer driven. Maybe I'll throw an idea or two out nowadays, but most everything's coming from customers. I can go through this van, that van, that van, and point out the people responsible for the upgrades that we made.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, because the customer base knows the product better than anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
So let's look at the layout real quick of the three, and so everyone at home knows the options, and just real quickly the difference here. So how many feet long is this one? This one is
2011.
2011, and the Ram chassis.
ProMaster chassis.
Yeah.
You're going to see this floor plan everywhere, guys. Rear bath, rear bath. We wanted to do it a little bit different.
Okay.
Some things here. You're never going to see a trash can drawer in a rear bath.
Pull that out, Elite. Try that out.
It's a little smaller than most everybody else.
Okay.
Most of the you'll find in the Galleria lineup and the Beyond lineup.
Yeah.
It's still there. The one thing, I'm a dog owner. Last thing I want to see is a CVS or a Walgreens bag tied onto this, and this young man eating the bottom of it just because he's a dog. Let's get it somewhere out of the way.
Yeah.
This year, Q foam. I've been looking for a foam pack.
Yeah.
And everybody's bottom's a little bit different. We're all built so different. Some people like hard mattresses, soft. So we stumbled across this Q foam. I went with it. We tested for a while, getting really good feedback. My sales manager was like, Nick, that costs a couple $100.
Right.
We go to Tampa show. He goes, I'm going to let you be my boss, because that's the one thing customers talked about. Wow, the seating really, really improved.
And I can tell you, we have the 2021, and we actually, based on videos we watched, went out and bought the foam pads. Then we realized we had the new foam, and we've never used the pads. So anybody needs pads, let us know. But we're super happy with it. We feel like we really made out, because so many improvements now in the 2021 model and beyond. So
Lagoon table, great table.
Yeah, these things are amazing. Really cool the way they work, and they just swivel around to do whatever. You love yours, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
One thing that we did do different on the Nova, and that was because of some interaction we had with Travato customers selling them a Beyond.
Yeah.
Said, hey, you got the Travato. If I came out with the Dodge, what are the 5 things that you would want to see?
Yeah.
This one, dual pane acrylic flip out windows was top.
Nice.
You got a little screen here.
Oh, nice screen and the shade there.
Here, Tom, is a solar reflective material.
Ah.
So again, keeping that sun out. Keep that sun out.
Smart move.
Yep.
Very smart.
Yep.
And then you've got the rear bath.
Rear bath. One thing we chose to do is a couple different things here, guys.
Yeah.
You'll notice a 1-piece fiberglass shower versus a 2 to 3-piece ABS shower.
Nice
The
smear.
more seams, the more seams, the more noise.
Yeah.
We did a canister,
Okay.
antimicrobial door, lets a little sun in.
Wow, very cool.
Most everybody else has a pocket door here.
Yeah.
And you stop and you start. Stop and you start. So, and we got a great flip down sink out there. One other thing, if I can show you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I've had my hippie days.
Yeah.
When I was younger, but I'm not.
You got a lot of room there.
Yep, a lot of room, but I'm not in the shape I used to be, and I don't think everybody that wants to see. I don't think there's many people that want to see me taking a shower, or sitting on the stool. So every other rear bath on the Dodge, you got this is wide open.
Right.
Wide open. So by thinking a little bit, we were to close this up, get some privacy. If I want to see outside, great. You got your screen, and then on the back side of these X pillars, which I call them, you've got storage. So we made it manageable, functional, etc. Truma heat back here. Again, Truma. We got a lot of people that say, I just don't know about LP. They hear from the forum how great Truma works.
That Truma and that LP is phenomenal.
Yep. And you can
honestly,
tell,
I really feel it's like one of the best options.
You can tell how efficient it is, because
super
if
efficient.
you were to go up to a traditional RV, put your hand on the Suburban hot water heater exhaust or the furnace exhaust, you'll see Suburban spelled backwards, and you'll get blisters and you'll get burns. I put my daughter's arm on the Truma exhaust vent. It's like a dryer vent.
Wow.
It's moist heat. It's not dry heat that will dry out your wood, your floor, your lino, your vinyls. So pretty neat. Nova's doing great. On to the next.
And then how's the supply chain on this one? How are you guys doing with manufacturing these for everyone back home that's now you got them interested? So what's the lead time on the Novas?
We're about 10 weeks. There's not a lot of anything out there right now.
Right.
But we are getting Dodge chassis. Dodge stepped up, worked with us.
Okay.
We had to shut down for 2 months on Fridays and run 4 days because of chassis. So we're still in a great position. We're doing still a great job. We just got a plan and be a little bit more nimble and flexible and get through this for our customers.
10 weeks on these. There's your little cable. You've got the USB outlets, your 110 outlets, really nice LED lights in here, the air conditioning. And then this is your galley in here, right? So you've got the standard stuff, the microwave, nice countertops. These are in all three, and they're quite nice.
Oh, they're very sharp, real clean lines. You want to make sure it feels open as possible. High-rise faucet. You can put a big pot in here. You can boil crab legs. You can put spaghetti in here now instead of the shallow sinks and the shallow faucets.
Yeah, and they are easy to clean because everything is one level, so you just go and everything gets clean.
Yeah, we were lucky because Alice has the induction at home, so it was not a big transition, and she's given a couple of tips on our videos on how to use these, even with pans that are not set up for induction. If you have the plate, you can retrofit it.
Like my espresso machine.
But they are nice and clean, well done. And also on the Nova, everybody should know we've got 2 layouts, right, Nick? So you
20C. 20C we debuted at the Tampa show.
Right, for this year.
And it went over very well.
That's nice.
We're on to something here with the Nova line.
Yeah, so the 20C is very similar to the Coachmen Beyond 22C with the bench coming across the back, fold down into a bed, and then you have the split here with the rear bath. So those are your options for the Nova, and let's move on over to the Beyond. So here we have the Beyond Lithium package, and which version of the Beyond is this?
This is, I believe, a 20C.
Okay, so 22C here, and of course, Alice and I are going to be biased because this is what we own, and we did a lot of research looking for ours. I mean, we spent 6 months going through all the different layouts and units, and this is the one that we picked. And some of you,
like home.
Feels like home. So tell us about this unit a little bit.
Yeah, 20C was our second floor plan that we came out with. First, we started with the 22D. The 22D, even though we started out with that, is still a fantastic floor plan. It's almost split right now, 22D between 20C, or 22C.
But you actually have 3 layouts, right? So,
we quietly introduced a rear bath on the Transit. We wanted a rear bath floor plan for, we didn't want to make sure every customer that wanted a rear bath had to have a Dodge ProMaster chassis.
Right.
So if there's somebody that just fell in love with the Ford, was a Ford guy, wanted a rear bath, we were the only solution for it. So that's why we came out with that. Again, the Q phone that we talked about. This year we've got 2 Firefly controls, one up front, one in the back here.
Right.
Added a water pump switch in the back. Kevin Ivey, thank you. Added USB-C ports. These came USB. Rick Hargraves and his wife, that wasn't enough. Showed me a link. We sourced them. Now at everyone, USB-C.
They work great too. So we use them and we love them.
Just used it last night.
And I'm not the most tech gadget guy, so I gotta listen. I found these outlets at a residential outlet electrical hardware place, and I fell in love with them. They're different than just the black and white outlets.
And you got the USBs in those too.
We've got
the little fan section here, so remote control.
Max Air fan.
And you got the AC. There's your Max Air fan right here, and that's really nice.
Beyond, insulated like Nova, insulated like Galleria. All the products have the Nova Cool refrigerators.
And what's nice is you'll see it in our Shenandoah video, but we put the bed down and you open up the doors with the magnets to the side, pull the screen down if you want. In that case, we didn't even do that. We backed it up to a cliff and laid there with the dogs, and was probably one of my most romantic evenings.
Oh yeah. It's like,
so you helped me. You and the team, Nick, helped me out on that one. That was a really cool design. And this is powers down, so everybody knows this is really simple. You just hit the power button up here, and the next thing, you see how it just comes down.
You don't have to articulate it all the way down. A lot of folks ask, what do I do with this chair? Well, I always want to chase, kick my legs up.
Especially if you want to watch those fishing videos on how to have fun outdoors.
You can just leave your dog dogs.
You leave the dogs in.
Like I do.
Yeah, we use that a lot for the dogs. You're right. And then here with the table, which is really nice, is you can do your computers. You got all your plugins. You charge up. But this thing swings out. Obviously, you can do pretty much anything with this table. So you can eat here. It's wonderful.
Little things, you know.
Yeah.
What we, you know, a lot of. Please don't take this wrong. A lot of guys are very comfortable camping and driving and operating the B van. It's sometimes it's a struggle where the wife goes, I just don't know, Tom. So
Yeah.
how do we help the Toms of the world? Not that that was the case.
Yeah.
By bringing as much residential features that you're used to at home into the van.
Right.
A trash can, a high-rise faucet, a deep sink. Those slots in that sink cover are there for drying your plates.
Yeah.
A ratcheting paper towel. You know, these would be other things that would be considered a mod. So we try to customize this as much as we can. Everybody's going to have their mod preferences. In the back here is something new. ABS rear door panels.
Okay.
So one of the things that everybody was asking is, how do I insulate my rear door panels? Everybody's head is here. Okay, everybody's head's going to be in the rear. They're closest to the windows. They're going to feel some cold or some heat coming through. We found some customers were taking off the OEM door panel, getting back into the mechanism, putting up some insulation. Insulation may fall down. The door mech doesn't work. Didn't like that. So this is our opportunity to build out from the door, the OEM, and then insulate behind that. If you want to take those down and put more insulation, we left a nice big gap for you. Behind there's Cozy Wrap. Cozy Wrap's in all of our products. It's a really good, effective way to insulate the roof and the floors.
So what's the latest from Ford right now? We love the Ford chassis, the all-wheel drive, the turbo. It's gas, right? That's a little bit different than the Mercedes, right?
Absolutely.
So you're diesel on that. This is gas, but you got that giddy up and go with the turbo. And Alice being the Ferrari Italian, she loves that. So in the all-wheel drive has been fantastic in the snow. We live up in New Hampshire. So right now, for everybody at home that's looking at these Ford chassis, you talked about the backlog. What is Ford telling you right now? What's the updates?
Well, this past Monday,
and we're in the middle of June,
Yep,
so
yep.
so you know, what's the latest and greatest? That's what we all want to know,
they've been
right?
shut down. They shut down transit production since probably end of April.
Okay.
It's been extremely spotty.
Wow.
Again, I expect 80 to 100 a month.
Okay.
I'm getting 10 to 14.
Okay.
Last Monday, fast forward multiple weeks, I think we're talking 6 to 8 weeks. Sat down about the time I get my Ford email.
Yeah.
It felt like 777's coming across my computer screen.
Wow.
You know, we're scheduling transits, and we're not going to schedule Super Duties, et cetera, et cetera.
Fantastic.
Now, I haven't taken a look at this Monday's email. Haven't got this Monday's email.
Yeah.
Dean was just out there at the Kansas City plant.
Yeah.
Saw transits rolling offline. We're trying to find out.
Okay.
We are getting them trickling in. This chip situation is frustratingly real.
Yeah.
I think maybe we need to start building chips.
Yeah.
Here. I will open a chip factory for them.
Yeah.
But evidently that takes a lot.
No,
of money,
and
a lot of time.
that's affecting all the different industries. It's not just the RV. I definitely got some information on the chip situation, and there's only so many chip manufacturers in the world, and with the downturn during COVID, the automotive guys backed off, the consumer electronic guys took them, and those lines are all dedicated, and they're hard to swing back to the volumes that are needed right now.
Yeah, and the big problem is the consumer electronic guys were willing to pay more
Exactly.
than Ford was at the time. And
Right.
when Ford idled, all these guys sucked up all the chips and charged $20 to $50 more for these gaming towers that sold like crazy during COVID.
So just to make sure everyone's happy about this situation, so when you do get the chassis, you feel pretty good about having inventory of everything else you need? Or
Yep.
Okay,
We run
so you
into-
guys are good there. You're ready to go as soon as you get them.
Yep, some things that we're running into, and then we have a good, my sales guys, I'm very lucky to have them.
Yeah.
They have no problems fielding retail calls, and that's not typical in this industry. And they know the importance of that customer reach to go around the dealer.
Right.
They're on the phones all the time giving updates. We're going to give you the information we know, whether it's bad or good. It's going to be the truth. It's going to be what we know, no matter how bad the situation is or how good the situation is. We need to tell you the truth so you can plan.
Right.
We will be ramping up. We got the people. They're dying to work on Fridays. Right now, our problems are owning generators. They brought out that new quiet generator. Well, they're having some part sourcing issues still.
Okay.
Fiberglass.
Yeah, we have that, by the way, and we love it. So, so far, no issues, which is good. Knock on wood. Let's hope it stays like that. But even people get in there and they're like, wow, this thing's really quiet.
Oh, it's
and you can sleep and you don't never hear it.
Yeah, with the AC and And
we use it a lot for the dogs.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We want to save us.
Yeah, and by the way, the AGS, that's probably the second, well, it's probably in the end, the biggest feature that we love so much is that we can go into the store, can leave the dogs in the chassis, and, you know, no matter if you're in the north and you got snow falling, it automatically kicks on the heater to maintain the temperature. And then we took it all the way down in our 11 lessons in 11 days, all the way down to Orlando, and it was 90 degrees plus. And sure enough, that thing kicks on and turns on the air conditioning, and you don't even, it's fantastic.
Almost every bee owner has a four-legged companion. So it's really important. You know, it's really important. This particular van, we touched on when we walked in. It's got the Li3 system. We're so proud of this system. I've had more problems with everything in this van than that Lithium system.
Wow,
and
that's fantastic.
We were very scared about Lithium. We're a bunch of hillbillies in Indiana. We don't get
great technology, by the way. Great technology.
We're supported by a great company, Lithionics. Their top customers are the U.S. military, Disney. I believe they still sell our batteries to Tesla, and Tesla puts those batteries into their robots. So, you know, when I see U.S. military batteries coming offline and then my batteries coming offline, I know I can sleep pretty good at night for my customers, because that's all we're about. And I know we're talking a lot about me today. I do want to say something. I got an incredible team. And I'm just the face.
All your employees I've met so far, well, for that matter, all the employees at Coachmen I've met so far, really great people.
Great bunch. Great bunch. And we've got some suppliers out there that just fight the day-to-day battles with us, go above and beyond. And, you know, real quick story. Told you about the CrossFit situation. So my boss calls, what are you going to name the product now? I said, well, you know what? I just got off the phone with this lawyer. I'm so beyond this litigious society. I'm not going to stoop to this level. This is a waste of time. I'm so beyond. I was like, Mike, I think we just got it figured out. He goes, I hate it. I go, well, my customer service is beyond, Coachman's customer B-Van service is beyond anybody else. Our products are beyond everybody else. We don't charge beyond everybody else. We keep the value there inherent to Coachman's story. And, you know, it's something that is a driving force, and we're a prideful folk back here. We want to be able to say our plant does this, has this few quality defects. Next week, I'm going to be awarding my plant a whole year with no RVI code defects.
That's awesome.
Unheard of. And, you know, we're going to be passing out T-shirts, having a big luncheon. You know, high five. It's a bunch of little things that bring the whole thing together. So,
that's fantastic.
The people back at home are incredible.
You got a great team, and thank you. The other thing we really loved about this layout is the fact that you had a nice freezer in addition to the refrigerator. And a lot of bees, you can't get both in there. And you know, you love fishing. We did, you got to watch the walleye fishing video. Alice killed the walleyes right in front of the Cedar Point roller coasters. But we caught 28 pounds, put all of our walleye in the freezer, met up with our parents for their anniversary, traded some venison. And here we are driving around with venison and walleye, and you don't have to worry about it, right? I mean, really nice.
The freezer worked perfectly, and you have so much space.
That's funny. That kind of horse trading happens all the time.
Oh, does it?
The guys are just coming off deer season, and they're just going out walleye and salmon fishing. And they come back and they do this all the time. So
no,
cool.
That's awesome. So great layout. We love it. We put all our dress clothes in here, and you can see once again these really nice cabinets, and we love them. And you got the backlighting in there. A lot of people don't realize you got the mood lighting, and you got your big shower and bathroom here, which is pretty cool. And so everybody can see this if you haven't watched the walkthroughs on these, but really nice setup. And a porcelain toilet too. A lot of people don't realize that.
So a little cumbersome,
Yeah.
I know, but this shower head is the most efficient, #1 rated shower head. It's an Ozonics Fury.
Ozonics Fury. Okay.
It's just all over YouTube. I didn't like the shower head. It's a little long in the tooth, but that gives you some extra length to get around. As I get bigger, I'm going to need a longer hose to reach different places, but we really love it. Customers are very appreciative of that.
No, that's awesome. And then over here you have all your control systems, which is fantastic. And you got your battery on and off. On this particular unit, the 22C, the fresh water and the black tank are inside, the gray's out, and you got a heater on that. You got the nice touch pad here, both in the front and the back, and the Truma as we talked about. And the chassis is great. You can see up front here what they do with it, and it's got all the bells and whistles on these new Ford chassis.
Absolutely.
Right? So
I think this chassis, you want to keep the video rolling real quick to give the folks out there a sneak peek. Let's just go to the front of the Ford.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll swing right around here for Nick.
Now, not sure. Oh.
No, this is the.
This is not.
Yep,
So
this is not
20. Our latest and greatest chassis that are trickling in will have a white or color-coded bumper.
Okay.
And we're not quite sure about it.
Yeah.
I like the ruggedness of the OEM, just like the Dodge.
Yeah.
But you know.
But for the most part, the internal geometry, everything stays the same.
Everybody, we brought white in for you. We had blue jeans. We started with blue jeans. I don't even know Ford builds that.
Yeah.
Then we went to magnetic. We see some magnetics out here.
Yeah.
Then we brought in silver and white. And white, I get it. It looks like a service vehicle.
Yeah.
It goes along with my story. Back at home in August, here in a little bit, you could go to we've had black chassis, dark gray chassis. White in August in Elkhart County is going to be about a 115 degrees on the outside.
Yeah.
You go any different color changes,
the darker you go. Yeah.
If you would go, we had black at one time.
Yeah.
Black would be registering 145.
Wow.
I'm so glad we went with white.
You like the white, right, Gypsy?
So, white and light silver, they make your air conditioner works less, your refrigerator works less, your componentry works less.
Yeah,
so,
that's
really
awesome.
neat.
All right, so we just did the Ford chassis, all-wheel drive, Beyond, Lithium. We talked about the Nova and the Ram chassis. Good price point for that. So now we come over to the Galleria and the Mercedes. So
this is what we started out with.
This was your first product, right?
Yeah. And again, I didn't come in here saying we knew everything about B-Vans.
Right.
The coolest thing about my division, not one person has ever built a B-Van.
Yeah.
Ever.
No way.
So why is that a good thing? We have no bad habits.
Yeah.
And we're constantly eager to learn. I don't believe any of my people, maybe there's one or two guys that say, I know everything about Class Bs. We don't prescribe to that. We don't prescribe to that.
You're always learning.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah,
and, I'm always looking
you don't
for
become an expert
information.
until you've had a lot of hurdles and issues to overcome.
So now on the Galleria, what are some things that we've done while we're outside on the Galleria?
Yeah.
One item is, as we know, the Mercedes chassis and most chassis in automotive industry right now is getting everything's sensitive. Sensors here, sensors here. So we've got a lot of great people around here, suppliers that provide a good paint job, a really good paint job.
Yeah.
However, the Mercedes is very, very particular. If you get a tinfoil layer of buildup, this sensor will not be able to read, and it causes the customer some inconvenience, and they got to go to Mercedes, etc.
That's a base coat, clear coat on this one?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what we did now is I'm traveling to dinner with my wife and kid. I go by a local Mercedes dealership. I go, well, we got COVID going on. They're not selling as many cars as they used to. Called them up. Hey, if you guys came and picked my vans up, you're a Mercedes dealership, Mercedes body shop. Will this be entered into the Mercedes system as Mercedes approved? And then can you guys clear any code? Nick, we would love to do that for you.
Right.
We've not had one problem. We had one little problem where because of masking tape we had to peel.
Yeah.
But the sensors, everything's going great.
That's awesome.
Everything's going great.
Yeah, it's a good looking product.
And being compliant. We try to be 100% Dodge compliant, very important to us, Ford compliant, and Mercedes compliant. these are the relationships that kind of mean the most, because if I don't have these guys,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how many generators I do or don't have, we're not budging because we can't get the chassis.
So on the Galleria, what's the lead time on these right now?
Everything's gonna be about 10 weeks.
10 weeks on these also. Okay.
And it could be a little more, could be a little less. Be patient.
Yeah. So 10 to 14 weeks realistically on the Galleria, the Mercedes.
Yep.
The Ram 10 to 14, but the Ford you've got a backlog, right?
Well, we got huge backlog on everything.
Yeah. So what are we looking there? Is that like a 6-month situation?
No, we
or?
try to keep everything about 10 weeks, provided I have the chassis.
Right.
Everything.
But right now you don't have the chassis, so if you
got
were
a
to
little bit of Mercedes left, I got a lot of Dodges right now for where I'm at. I'm waiting for Ford. So the nice thing is I don't have 3 production lines.
Right.
I don't have a Dodge production line, a Ford production line, and a Mercedes.
They all go down the same line, right?
Because if I don't have Mercedes, I do not want to lay off 20-some people.
Right.
If I don't have Fords, I don't want to lay off. So everything goes down the line. We batch build. Everything's similar build.
Okay.
Okay. So that makes it a lot better.
Sense.
We're not changing over a bunch of inventory, bringing in new bins of product.
Yeah.
Everything stays very streamlined, and that's a positive.
Yeah.
Of how everything has got about 80% commonality.
Okay.
Makes
And then for all your other raw materials on here, supply chain, you feel pretty good?
Feel good. You know, these trailer guys and some of the other guys are feeling window pain, having window issues.
Okay.
We're always going to have problems.
Right.
It's just, let's get some forethought into here. Let's look down the road 4 to 6 months. If we got to bring in 8 more bundles of rock wool insulation, you should see I got rock wool insulation everywhere inside of our plant. Our warehouse has never been so full.
Okay, good.
We just came off an inventory, and that's okay to spend a little bit more money because we're going to be able to produce a couple more units than we normally would. So just looking down the road a little bit.
So when did you guys start the Galleria? What was the first year that Coachmen dove into this?
2015.
2015, then the Beyonds came in 18, 17?
Yep. So 15, the B-Van, Coachmen's built old, raised roof fiberglass vans way back in the 70s, 80s.
Wow.
I think it was called Coachmen Auto Works or something like that. Motorworks.
Okay.
Then it's kind of rekindling this with the advent of the B-Van coming back.
Yeah.
And 2015 Galleria line started. I didn't start here until January 7th. 2017 at the 2017 Tampa show.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Learned a lot.
All right. Well, let's go check out the Galleria then. Absolutely. On the outside, is there anything different about the Galleria than the Beyond or the Ram? Any extra features on the outside, or is it all the Truma with the outlets and the standard setup?
One thing I want to show you.
Yeah.
How are you doing, folks? I'm going to shut this door real quick. We can open it right back up.
Yeah.
One thing is that this is common.
Yeah.
You can look at brand X, Y, and Z, and you're going to see outlets and doors and stuff, and it screams, I'm an RV.
Yeah.
You've got the Suburban vent on an Airstream. You've got this and that.
Yeah.
So here's the Truma vent. This is the vent that just pushes out.
Yeah, we love the Truma. This thing's amazing.
Warm, moist air, just like our everything else in our lineup.
We actually show that on our winter camping. It works phenomenal. And then you got your outlets.
GFI outlet. If your outlet is out in your kitchen, come here and trip the outlet.
Yeah. And that's nice because we set up the table there, Alice does, and you do all your cooking right there, and it's the same on this. Right.
Very clean lines. And again, on this side of most B-Vans, you've got stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
So all we do is have our outlet, our 30-amp outlet.
Wow, this is cleaner than the Beyond even.
And our water management panel.
Okay.
The Galleria, we do a macerator. I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
Gravity's always there.
Yeah.
But again, the macerator helps. Older clientele on the Galleria.
Okay. It's nice.
2000.
Now, do you offer the lithium in the Galleria?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's there.
Top to bottom, left to right.
Even on the Ram too.
Yep.
Okay, so all three.
Yep.
You've got the lithium option.
Little
very
footnote
nice.
Here.
Yeah.
2018 when we started lithium, 10% take rate.
Okay.
We're up to about 60-70% take rate right
wow.
now. And that's just we picked the right supplier. We bought the right.
Yeah.
We partnered with the right guy.
Right, and all good stuff.
Yep.
All right.
As you walk in.
All right, let's check in. The Galleria is the most expensive model you have, right?
By far.
By far.
Chassis drives that price.
So how much do these typically run, Nick?
We don't buy MSRP. We don't buy MSRP anymore, right, folks?
Yep.
Okay, so you'd be looking. MSRP would be anywhere 160, 180. We've had one a couple weeks ago, 207.
Okay.
And they loaded
wow, they loaded that up, huh?
Yep. And again, Galleria just gives you a little bit more length. The only thing we really do different in Galleria is the radiused cabinet doors, which are very elegant, very sharp.
These are nice.
Yep.
I also like, you know, what you got going across the back too, right? So you pick up a whole extra cabinet there. That's really nice.
Now, you touched on this, Thomas.
Yeah.
Maybe with the Q-foam, this will not have to take up any space with a cushion. Now this can be good storage for something else.
Right.
Getting rid of that memory foam, hopefully.
Yeah.
That you like the Q-foam that much.
Yeah. Same thing, all electric, folds down into the bed. But you got a little more, you got what, 2 extra feet on this?
2 extra feet.
2 extra feet, and that's nice. Round table here on the top with the drink holders. Pretty cool. Outlets there, same fan remotes, AC,
this
LEDs.
Is 24 FL.
Yeah, you can feel that extra room here a little bit.
I can tell you, I feel the extra room in the kitchen. Starting with the 2 cooktops.
Yeah, you like the
really great.
Sue Nelson, thank you, Sue, for recommending that.
Sue did. So hats off to Sue. So what Alice does, she actually has a second one inside, but that's you like that feature, huh, Alice?
Connect with the plug, take it out, and I can use outside too.
We're actually debating that. Yeah. We're actually debating, would it be better just to loose load that and have more... Some people get worried that they might break this.
Okay.
Because they drop some of our customers have arthritis, a bad hand here. Yeah. They worry that if they drop
I have at home, and I never had any problem with the dropping stuff. So for whoever is worried, don't be worried. Strong stuff. But I understand the beauty of having the plus one is that with the plug outside, you plug it outside, you can cook outside.
Yep, that's a really good...
And it's a really good features.
Yep.
So
the other great feature that you have here is this.
Yeah? You already opened it?
Yes.
You got ahead of the tour here. Look at this, huh?
Look at how
wow.
You have a whole pantry here for everything.
So I made 2 mistakes at this Coachmen rally. I took her in Ed's van, and those 2 have done a stunning job. Made me look bad. Check out the video on that at the rally video. But and now I've taken her in here. That could have been a mistake. So
so the 2 feet.
Yeah.
The 2 feet can either be 2 feet here,
yeah,
or the 2 feet of that desk that this is larger than the Beyond. So again, it does give us a
How many floor plans in this?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we don't have the papers here.
Okay, so 4 floor pans in this. And then you do have the freezer, refrigerator, and this same type of shower setup here.
This
more drawers too, huh? Wow.
Another bank of drawers.
Well, there is also the secret.
That's for the wine.
That's for the wine.
I don't know.
You can take those.
Well, you're getting me in trouble right now.
Take those shelves out, and then this is the. Wow. You guys have the 6400 Nova Cool.
Yeah.
And then this is the 73, and one benefit of the 73.
Oh wow!
And the
pull-out drawer.
Yep.
Look at that, everyone.
Yep.
That is
We're trying to get them
nice.
To make that on the 64.
Wow, that's cool.
Nice.
Great, nice. Cool wow, that seems bigger almost, right?
No, it's deeper.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. I'm a woman. I know this thing.
She's the Italian. She
now,
knows.
one thing that is different.
Nice chassis here. You can see how that's laid out.
Thomas, notice the one thing that is different.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that.
Oh, wow. Oh, so yeah. Look at that.
We're 2 feet bigger. We're offering more cabinet. We got more storage opportunities. One thing bad about the Sprinter is that we would put that overhead in there, and the customer would have to get out of the van in the inclement weather to come in the door.
Right.
And then also I'd be down at the Tampa show, and Leach would come up to me and go, I got 5 questions on the Galleria. I go, Leach, first of all, stand up. This is a Galleria. You don't have to worry about hitting your head. And then some guys I would sit and talk to, like Tom's sitting there. Yeah. And I'm like, Tom, do not turn around because you're going to hit your head on the hardware.
Right.
And what does Tom do? Turn around and hits his head on the hardware. So, just having that a little bit more open, be able to stand up.
It's actually nice. Yep.
Yeah, and you notice this is seems more wide open here too. So I'm guessing your control panels are hidden in one of these.
Yeah,
It must be here.
I already figured it out.
Wow, look at that. So all hidden. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have the same Truma panel though.
The Truma panel?
It's here.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
here.
Okay, yeah, that's
Down
your
there.
yeah, that's your screen.
Oh,
So
like
they have
that.
2 screens on here too, I would assume. One in the back, one in
So one thing that I think
Yeah.
would be pretty beneficial for the video.
yeah.
Some people might be asking questions. Why was this in the Galleria but not the Beyond and Nova?
Yeah.
The Beyond and Nova, we're able to run the water lines, freshwater tank above floor. That was
Okay.
a big goal of ours, closer to 4 season.
Yeah.
You will never hear me say our products are 4 season. Our products are 3.5 season.
Okay.
I don't know that any product out there under about $750,000 is true 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Show me, guys. Disagree with me.
Yeah.
I'm a pessimist. That's why we keep on challenging ourselves to
Right,
make
right,
our products
right.
better.
Okay.
So how do we make sure our water tanks don't get frozen on the Galleria or our water lines?
Yeah.
Number one, after I did this and spent a lot of time on this project, a customer, we tested this in a heat cold booth down to 5 degrees.
Okay.
5 degrees.
Wow.
When you turn this on, your water lines that are below are going to be protected.
Wow.
Chris Mateus, you know who you are. Chris and his wife have a beautiful Galleria. Some of our youngest customers. He's a brilliant young man, great mind. Calls me up and goes, Nick, I know you said 5 degrees, but we're 0. We're
Yeah.
0 and it's dropping quick. I go, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I did tell you. He goes, I know. I was like, that's fine, Chris. I go, why don't we do this? All right, goes the wife with you? He goes, yeah. He goes, what are you up to? I go, do you have LP? He goes, yeah, I got plenty of LP. I go, have her get up,
Yeah.
turn the trim on, get the water heated up.
Yeah.
Come here, just give me a little bit of water.
Right.
Just give me a little bit of water. He says he thinks ice is building up in his PEX lines.
Right.
PEX lines are made to expand and contract. So by doing what I'm describing, all we're doing is helping the Truma
Yeah.
break that ice buildup.
Okay.
Where he went past the 5 degrees.
Yep.
So you kind of got a backup in there. Just a little trickle of water.
Yeah.
One water will keep that line open. Okay.
Wow.
So pretty cool.
That is cool.
Very
Boy,
well
the,
done. That's a smart
How about
move.
Gypsy and Rocky? They've been like perfection in this show.
You guys
They
are doing
love
All right,
it.
so I got to ask you a couple of tough questions. That you know how always when they do the interviews, they're always like, "Oh, I was softballing it. There was no tough questions." So one of the questions that come up, and I hear owners talk about it, is on the microwave, having the oven and microwave together. So I don't know if that's an option on any of these 3. On the Beyond, it wasn't an option. So what's the situation with that? How? Because boy, for the Italian here,
Yep.
she would love that combo, and we have seen it in some other RVs. So.
Okay, this cabinet, this reefer cabinet, or
Yeah.
pardon me, this closet cabinet and that reefer cabinet.
Yeah.
I can't stretch them 1 more inch, guys.
Okay.
So it's got to be
That
this
size.
footprint. Now,
Yeah.
we just got a present.
Yeah.
Last week. It's from a company called Furion. They have a display here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have one of my guys bring it out this week and it'll be in box form.
Yeah.
I want you guys to play around with it. We're not gonna plug it in. We're not gonna cook anything in it, Leach. I
Just
just want
take a
you
look
guys
at
to
it.
take a look at what it can do.
Yeah.
Furion's here. I'd like them to talk to you guys. I got
Okay.
11 vans here, potentially 22 customers.
Yeah.
That I can. This is,
Yeah.
you're gonna hear this.
Oh,
awesome.
Lice would upgrade tomorrow. I mean, she
Oh,
loves.
yeah.
And then
Close
and,
eyes. Close
and
eyes.
then the beautiful part of that is
Very
everybody in the Class B section would get some real Italian
I
lasagna,
cook so
right?
much in the oven that
Yeah,
having
yeah.
that it would be awesome.
Every now and then we get a suggestion.
Yeah.
And then I go find that product.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll send it to the customer that came up with that suggestion and said, hey, you install it, non-electrical. We don't tell our customers to mess with electrical.
Yeah.
And you install it, run with it 6 months and give me some feedback on your idea.
Wow.
And usually, a majority of the time, a lot of our stuff is customer approved.
Yeah. That's
awesome.
amazing.
Yep.
So I need to
great
remember to bring that
strategy.
out because I
Yeah.
do want to show that to all you guys.
Yeah, and then Ed got us in trouble like we talked about earlier. He's added all of this cabinetry and the swing out right here.
Yep.
And you guys saw that in our video, so we did a real nice one. But honestly, I think you could offer that as an option and make money on it. I mean, we would have been willing to pay $500 for something like that. It's really nice. On this model, obviously, it's an issue. But
One thing
on the Beyond, though, it works.
everybody wants the outlet.
Yeah.
I completely agree with the outlet at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
And let us take a look at that countertop extension. The only thing
Yeah.
bad about the countertop extension being at the door,
Yeah.
people lean on it, lean on it, lean on it.
Yeah, but ours is, we love it.
I understand, but when we go to a show and we're going to be getting back in the show environment, we go to a show, I tape up all the screens, and tape them back, no kids, because anytime we go to a show, this is destroyed, the back screen's destroyed, and the countertop extension.
Well, I tell you, we learned pro bass shops.
Yeah,
there's a great lesson there for you, especially because obviously you put boats on display. And if you watch our deck boat video, you'll see that with the Tahoe 1950. So what they've done is brilliant. They take the propeller off, they take the cooler out, they take anything that can break out of there because they got kids, you know, at pro bass shops jumping in them. And then when you're there, we were like, is all this gonna, and they're like, no, we assemble it all after so nobody breaks it.
Makes sense.
So it makes a lot of sense.
We're definitely listening on this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here all week, so I'm sure I'll get convinced.
Yeah. And well, I can tell you this.
It's just the beginning.
Do you love yours? And I know Ed loves theirs. And
this is critical.
yeah, they just love it. And actually with the table down there, this, and then the flip up, it's just fantastic. And you know, having you guys put it in, you know, not everybody's handy, and it's nice to have as and an option too. People can have as an option. But the bathroom here is very similar.
Very similar.
Okay.
Shower miser up and down.
Okay.
Same. Up and down the line.
Okay. The sink's a little different though.
Sink's gonna be a little tighter on this particular one.
Wow. Okay. Glad I opened this up.
Shower head, shower miser.
Yeah.
Porcelain stool.
Porcelain stool. We love that. Yep. Don't ever change that. That's a winner. Everyone that we show the van to, they're like, wow, it's real porcelain. So yeah, great job with all three of these. Again, so happy you gave us the opportunity to interview you and go through this. And hats off to Coachmen. We really appreciate the customer service and working with all the customers and listening to our ideas and taking the time to meet with us. And we know you're busy and you got a lot going on. And thank you so much, Nick. Really appreciate it. And we look forward to talking to you again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Next time we're doing a fishing video. You promise?
It's on.
We get out. That would be a lot of fun. Right, Alice? Get him out there. Yeah. We're doing a fishing video next time. So
thank you guys so much. You know, YouTube can be whatever anybody wants it. It can be positive or negative. Yeah. However you use it. It's a tool. Just like these vans are a tool to happiness.
Yeah.
Guys, take some time, spend some time, find a personality or a couple on YouTube, follow them. You can learn a lot. Yeah. I get yelled at every night. Yeah. He questions my. Yeah. Go ahead. Questions my marketing capabilities. Yeah. I learned a long time ago. YouTube can reach so many more people, real people, users, and potential customers that we can't with print ad and all this stuff. So yeah, use it, guys. I'm not a big social media person. YouTube is what I watch all the time. You can use it for information, or you cannot use it. But we've got a lot of customers that are putting out a lot of good information that can get you out of a jam. So,
yeah, and we've learned a lot, especially Dean's group and Gamma's group, and it's great tips for all of us. And everyone's a Coachmen fan and a Nick fan, and the team you have there. And I can tell you that we're not big social media people either, but we started this just to have some fun and force ourselves to get outdoors and work-life balance. And what's nice about YouTube is you go on there and you watch whatever you want. When I asked my dad, we asked him to subscribe to our channel. He's like, I'm not paying for no subscription, right? We're like, Dad, it's free. We're like, Dad, it's free. He's like, there's no such thing as free, right? But now my mom's watching YouTube, and my dad, and he's 81. But now my mom watches all her sewing and everything else, and there's no negative news or none of that. And now my dad's yelling at me. He's like, all she wants to do is watch YouTube.
Watch it with her dad.
Yeah, right. So we try to have fun with it.
Thank you for all the time you guys have given us coming all this way. We got 11 customers over there. Yeah. We haven't been around very long. I remember the last couple we've had one. Yeah. So we're making some headway.
Wow,
oh yeah.
Making awesome.
Some headway. We got a great group. I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen when we got here, but it almost seems like everyone that's in that Beyond is just a great group of people.
It's just a lot of smiles. Yeah. People from all over the country, all over the world are here in this 11-unit display of ours. We've got far more here, but everybody's got smiles, and it's a really cool family, and it's really neat to see.
Yeah, and definitely check out Glamma's page, Nick's Dean's page, and if you want to learn more about these coachmen, just go on their website. And your website is the Coachmen
www.coachmenrv.com, and we're putting up new content. We're going to have a bunch of content dumping here recently. We did a survey, and we can end it on this. We get all these inquiries. We're a very large, Forest River is a very large, one of the largest RV manufacturers in the world. 300,000 inquiries into our inquiry email. Guess what? How to fill a water tank.
Wow.
So we need to learn that there's a lot of new people coming in. They need help. And we need to do a better job providing that. So you're going to see a lot more content from us, folks. And we should have given it to you in the past. We're working on it now.
All right. Thanks so much, Nick. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting y'all.
Alicia and I would like to thank Nick for a great interview, and we can tell you that we just love meeting Nick in person. And while we were at the Coachmen 53rd Annual Rally, everyone feels the same way. Nick is just a really down-to-earth person and really cares about his customers. If you missed the first video of this series, definitely watch that. That talks about Nick and his background from childhood to his family to how he got to Coachmen and moved up the corporate ladder to his current role. But he can't say enough about his team, and his overall pride for his products is just absolutely transparent. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button, and thank you so much for watching How to Have Fun Outdoors.